Welcome to We Learn, Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 28 of the study of society, and the chapter is social functions. The topics to be covered are definition of function, function and collective conscience, function cultural perspective, biological perspective, system and critical perspectives, uses of functional analysis, and limitations of functional analysis. Definition of function. The term function is often used in more than one sense. First, it's used to refer to some public gathering or festive occasion. Second, it's used alternatively for occupation. Third, it's used to refer to the activities of the incumbent of an office, as for example, one may speak of the functions of a bureaucrat. Fourth, it's used in a mathematical sense. Fifth is it's used in sociology and social anthropology. Functions are social procedures or processes which help the maintenance of social equilibrium. So basically, functions are used in different contexts, and they serve different meanings but in different places. Function and collective conscience. The French sociologist Émile Durkheim, 1858 to 1917, systematically formulated the concept of social function. He held that society has a reality of its own beyond the individuals who constitute it. It's not merely the sum total of all the individuals of the society. It is an entirely external to the individuals and exercises constraint over them. Function and collective conscience. Durkheim made a distinction between two types of inquiry, historical and functional. The historical type of inquiry is concerned with the origins of social institutions and cultural traits. The evolutionary anthropologists of the 19th century, such as James Frazer and Edward Taylor, employed this type of inquiry. Durkheim disagreed with it and advocated the functional type of inquiry. In the division of labor in society, he examined the functions of division of labor in society. In the elementary forms of religious life, he sought to examine the integrative functions of religious beliefs and practices. He analyzed the functions of religions in terms of social cohesiveness and solidarity. So, he analyzed the functions of religions as integrative functions and also of social cohesiveness and solidarity. Function of crime. Durkheim discussed crime and deviant behavior from a radically unconventional perspective. Criminology views crime as a pathological phenomenon and explains it in terms of psychopathological factors. Durkheim rejected this view and held that crime is a normal and positive aspect of social life. Durkheim maintained that some measure of deviance from the commonly held norms and values of society is inevitable. A criminal act violates the commonly held norms of society and therefore arouses collective sentiments of anger and outrage. It strengthens and reinforces the normative consensus. As Durkheim put it in his characteristic way, crime brings together upright consciences and concentrates them. Durkheim's functionalist view influenced a number of sociologists and anthropologists. Cultural perspective of function. Malinowski maintained that culture has a reality of its own. He was against the evolutionary and the diffusionist interpretations of culture which dominated British anthropology. The evolutionary anthropologists sought to reconstruct the past and trace the origin and evolution of social institutions. Social institutions are responses to fundamental biological and psychological needs of individuals such as hunger and security. So basically, social institutions are responses to fundamental biological and psychological needs of individuals such as hunger, security, and also being free from other harms. Human needs or drives, according to Malinowski, are physiological in nature, but they are restructured by acquired habits. So the human needs or drives are physiological. This conception of needs, both biological and psychological, is at the core of the functionalist theory. Function of magic. In his book Argonauts of the Western Pacific, Malinowski has analyzed the role of magical and religious rites in the stability and maintenance of the social structure of the Trobriand Islanders. He observed that magic arises and functions in situations of uncertainty and emotional anxiety. It fulfills the vital need of relieving anxiety in situations of crisis. Biological perspective. Radcliffe Brown favored the analogy between society and biological organisms. He held that cultures and social systems should be studied with the methods of the natural sciences, especially biology and zoology. Radcliffe Brown, like Malinowski, advocated a synchronic perspective in preference to a diachronic one. The synchronic perspective is essentially concerned with the present and holds that societies can be analyzed and explained without any necessary reference to their past. Structure and function. Radcliffe Brown maintained that organic systems are organized by three characteristics: morphology, which deals with the structure, physiology, which is concerned with the function, and evolution, the development of the system. Function system perspective. Talcott Parsons, the doyen of American sociology, held that any social system has four functional prerequisites: adaptation, goal attainment, integration, and pattern maintenance. So, adaptation to the environment, to the situation; goal attainment, to attain the goals, to achieve the goals; integration, and the pattern maintenance. Adaptation refers to the relationship between the system and the environment. Parsons maintains that social systems must have some degree of control over the environment. According to him, this basic function is fulfilled by the economy. Goal attainment refers to the need for the social system to set goals towards which the activities of its members may be directed. Function critical perspective. Robert K. Merton, 1910, the most influential among contemporary American sociologists, has made significant contributions to functional analysis. He has perceptively differentiated between the popular and the sociological connotations of the term function. He has also sought to explain and clarify the functional units. Merton explained three major prevalent ideas in functionalist theory and proved their redundancy in sociological analysis. The first is the idea of the functional unity of society, which holds that social activities or cultural items are functional for the whole social system. For the whole social system, the social activities, the cultural items, they are all functional. The second is the idea of universal functionalism, according to which all social and cultural items fulfill social functions. The third is the idea of indispensability, which holds that these social items are indispensable for society. So these are very important for society. These social items, these cultural items, these are very important for society. Functions and dysfunctions of religion. Anthropologists speak of the integrative functions of religion on the basis of their observation of pre-literate societies. So the religion has the integrative functions. Religious diversity itself does not account for communal discord and antagonism in contemporary Indian society. So religious diversity does not mean that there is communal discord or there is disunity or there is antagonism, but religious rites and rituals are often used or misused by various religious groups and communities for fanning the fires of communal hatred and animosity. Manifest and latent functions. Manifest functions refer to those consequences of social behavior which are intended, anticipated, and recognized by participants. Latent functions, on the other hand, are those consequences which are neither intended nor recognized. Merton maintains that it's the latent functions of social behavior which deserve our closest attention, which can significantly add to our understanding of social life. Uses of functional analysis. Functionalism as a theoretical perspective in sociology and social anthropology has significantly contributed to our understanding of human society and social processes. The main contribution of functionalism lies in its emphasis on the wholeness of society and its insistence on the interrelationship of its parts. So basically, the contribution of functionalism lies in the society as a whole and also on the interrelationship and the interdependence of its parts. It regards society as an ongoing system which must be studied in its entirety. Uses of functional analysis. The functional orientation has been largely responsible for the detailed and comprehensive field studies of modern anthropology. The holistic approach, a characteristic of functionalism, has been fruitful in the study of small-scale and primitive societies. Limitations of functional analysis. An effect is treated as a cause Similarly, function is fallaciously equated with purpose. Functionalism is also criticized for presenting a deterministic view of human behavior. Human action is portrayed as being determined by the social system, and human being is pictured as an automation controlled by the forces of society over which he or she has little or no control. So basically, human action is being portrayed as being determined by the social system, and also it is being pictured and also controlled by the forces of society over which the person has little or no control. According to Percy Cohen, the major substantive criticisms against functionalism are: the role of norms is overstressed, social conflict is almost ignored, social harmony is overstressed as being basic to human society, and social change is not accounted for. The social change is not accounted for, and also the social harmony is being overstressed. So this was all about the social roles, the social functions, and also how are they performed in society according to the individuals concerned. So these are some of the questions. You have to do it yourself. Question number 1: define what's meant by function, and what does Radcliffe Brown mean by synchronic perspective? That's all. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.